India-China border disputes persist despite troop pullback. New Delhi, artillery and tanks have rolled back, and Chinese and Indian soldiers have retreated from along the banks of Pangong Tso, a strategic Himalayan lake that straddles their border. It is the biggest push to ease tensions between the nuclear-armed neighbors since Indian accusations of Chinese transgressions into its territory and a deadly clash in June led to a huge 9-month military buildup along their Himalayan border. But analysts caution that the troop withdrawal from Pangong Lake represents only a start of a potentially long process as soldiers from both sides remain massed along several other stretches of the Himalayan border. It's a first step, a tentative step, according to Jayadeva Ranade at Center for China Analysis and Strategy in New Delhi. Indian Defence Minister Rajnath Singh told Parliament earlier this month that other disputes remain to be resolved along the border known as the Line of Actual Control, or LAC. The most contentious dispute centers on a large strategic plateau of over 900 kilometers known as the Depsang Plains, where the two Asian giants have also deployed a significant number of troops, according to analysts. Analysts warn however that the negotiations will not be easy as the months-long standoff has significantly damaged ties, particularly in the wake of the brutal clash last June in which 20 Indian and 4 Chinese soldiers were killed. While India said the standoff was triggered by Chinese intrusions into its territory, Beijing denied that its troops had transgressed the LAC and accused Indian border guards of provocative behavior. While the territorial differences between the Asian rivals may continue to simmer, economic ties could revive faster, according to analysts. Over the last 2 decades, India and China had put border disputes on the back burner and focused on building economic ties. In 2019, China emerged as India's top trading partner with trade topping $90 billion. In the wake of the recent disengagement, trade experts in New Delhi expect the rhetoric to cool down and trade ties to get a boost. "We have got really economically entangled with China just like most major economies," points out Bishwajit Dar, a trade analyst and professor at New Delhi's Jawaharlal Nehru University. File: an Indian man speaks on his mobile phone in front of a shop selling Oppo phones, a Chinese consumer electronics company, in Noida, outskirts of New Delhi, India, June 18, 2020. Many Indian industries such as pharmaceuticals and solar power remain critically dependent on Chinese components. Indian industry is now looking at China as a market and China has offered India the market, says Dar, underlining that there is a push to keep trade ties intact with Beijing. Earlier the push came only from sectors dependent on imports from China. Now there are sectors like steel and others who are dependent on markets in China.